there's kind of a balance to this, right? Because I'd say there's like a threshold that is like your state, your sanity, your well being, your level of sleep deprivation, and overall energy, and whatever you have going on the next couple days. Once it goes past a certain level, it's actually less beneficial to go out that night and have another 4 a.m. night. That may even include like another drink or two, because now you want to have a couple more drinks to even compensate for the fucking energy you're feeling. I would actually say like you don't need to go out. Like by forcing yourself to go out that night, it makes the rest of the weekend shitty. And it's like you never really hit 100%. And on top of that, even if you push yourself Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like you're going into the next week, like you never fucking caught up, you know, especially if you got a hectic work week too. It's actually doing more harm than good, especially because like I'm talking more long term. You need to think about this as like, this isn't a fucking weekend boot camp. Like, dude, if you're out on boot camp or some shit, yeah, push it, dude. Like fucking push it, push it, push it. But the whole part of this is like showing you guys a lifestyle. And the idea of this is a process, because that's the way you're actually going to make a real transformation, is by doing something consistently over a long period of time that has incremental baby steps and a slow progression to it. By constantly pushing yourself way too much, being completely sleep deprived, it's going to start to feel like a chore. It's going to start to lead to burnout. And the next time you go around, you may be completely inclined to not go out at all. And then before you know it, you start beating yourself up because you were like, if I'm not going out 3 nights a week, it's a failure. And then like you start falling off more and more and more. I'd much rather you take that night to actually recover, eat a fucking good meal, chill, maybe call up your fucking booty call, stay in, right? If you have like a booty call, you can like just chill the fuck out that night. Or maybe you don't even do that. You just literally have a good meal and go to sleep. But you wake up so much more refreshed and focused, and you'll probably have a way better night Saturday night than you would have pushing yourself out, not getting a lot of good interactions Friday night, probably feeling worse about yourself, sleep deprived, going into Saturday. You end up staying out that whole night too, and then you start the week off slow again. So it's like you need to think about the journey itself and sustainability. It's almost like if I'm working out 7 days a week, eventually I'm going to fucking crash. I'm not gonna be able to sustain that long term. But like rest days are super important. Mental health is super important. If every time you're going out, you're sleep deprived and fucking low energy and vibe, it kind of reinforces shitty interactions. Every time I broke past certain levels, like I did push myself, but like I never went out like absolutely on zero sleep, can't even fucking function, can't even talk to a girl, especially on like a Friday. That's the other thing I was gonna say, because it depends on what you have coming up in the work week and all that shit. So it's like you need to balance it out. If it was Friday and I knew I was going to still have Saturday, Sunday to go out and interact, like I would just stay in at that point, rest, recover, have a good fucking meal. Maybe if you want to do something, go out to the venue for like an hour just to get some interactions in. Go home early though. Don't be staying out till 4 a.m. fucking 6 gin and tonics later. And now I'm going into Saturday feeling like even worse than I would have, you know, maybe 1 drink max, good meal, get a couple interactions in, call it a fucking night, rest up, and then hit it hard on Saturday. And that way you still have the rest of your weekend to like hit it hard. And then you can kind of like transition into Monday, and it's sustainable. You go into Monday feeling good. You don't like hate your life, and you can actually have a fucking productive week. Your work is obviously important at the same time, you know? So you got to balance everything, and you got to look at it in terms of a long-term progression and sustainability. But on the contrary, I've also had nights where it's Friday night, I'm a little sleepy, but I know it's just a little bit of anxiety, and I know I'm rested, and I know I'm well nourished. I just know I don't really want to go out. Those times I do need to go out. It's not anytime I'm feeling like I don't want to go out, I'm like, okay, I'll take another night in. Like you got to be real with yourself. If you genuinely are past that threshold of like, yo, I've been pushing it hard as fuck, I deserve the rest day. Like that's the thing. You don't take the rest day because you're lazy. You take the rest day because it's genuinely deserved and it was earned. Because me personally, dude, I remember in my journey, like when I was like probably around 25, for some reason, Friday night would come around, I would just start getting sleepy. Even though I was like fully rested, I guess it was my body's way of like trying to talk me out of not going out because it was like outside of my comfort zone so much. So what I would say in those moments though, is like, I needed to go out. I needed to go out in those moments because that's like mental resistance. It's not genuine, complete exhaustion. Okay. So you got to be able to differentiate like what's a bullshit thought in your mind or like what's like actual earned rest days and recovery. Do you spend hours and hours on YouTube watching pickup and dating content, but yet you're still not getting the results you feel like you deserve? I mean, that's exactly how I was. I spent 9 months watching YouTube content obsessively without ever making a single approach, without ever talking to a girl. And the messed up part of it was I genuinely thought I was getting better while I was watching that content. I would watch a new video, I would study, I would learn something, and in my mind, I thought I was getting better. And this process continued over months and months and months. The reality, I never talked to a single girl during that time. And when I finally went out, I had watched so much content that I was so overwhelmed in my brain that I couldn't even open. 9 months wasted studying content to take zero action. Because the reality is, it's not about the content you study, it's about the action, the implementation, and the execution that's ultimately gonna get you those new reference experiences, that's gonna get you that success, that's gonna build up that core confidence and help you internalize the content you actually study. Okay, studying without execution is literally meaningless. It's actually gonna put you more in your head. Okay, that's literally what happened to me. And it wasn't until I finally hired a mentor and was invested, had some skin in the game, had some accountability, that I finally started taking action. He showed me that step-by-step game plan, that roadmap, as well as what I needed to focus on this week, right now, what I needed to go out and do and execute. And guess what? Once I had all of those pieces and I was actually invested and I had that guidance, I did take that next step. I did push it one step forward and I did finally start to make some progress, okay? Watching a bunch of content without doing the other side of it is absolutely pointless. And this is exactly why I've come up with my brand new mentorship program, to hold guys accountable, to give them that personalized guidance, as well as that step-by-step game plan for them to focus on what they need to go out to implement and to execute right now. Not watching hours and hours and hours of content to get more in their head. No, none of that, okay? I'm gonna literally show you what you need to do right now just to take that next step. We're gonna hold you accountable. I'm gonna answer any questions that you have along the way, and you're gonna get that personalized coaching that you need from someone that's been through this before, okay? That's the best way to get results in this, and ultimately the most effective, fastest process to really genuinely get good at this, okay? So if you're interested in doing this, click the link below, click the link in the description, and book a free call with us to find out more about how you can work with me, not a member for my team, but actually you'll work with me personally to achieve your goals with women and dating. Click the link below, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace out.